Friday, April 8th, 2022, here with your morning show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We've got a fairly big schedule today, so going to probably get into the picks a little quicker. I know that, some people don't understand this show, and that's okay. It's like, I don't know. They think that, I think they think I'm their bitch. I think that's what they basically think. I don't know. I mean, we have
expect that to come out of your mouth.
We have an awesome audience. We have an awesome community. We've built it up over the years. It's not like they just got here or something. And here, Joe, speak. I think my sound thing is off. Try it now. Go now. No, there we go. All right, that's fixed. Anyways. Unfortunately, we can hear you. But anyways, anyways, we have a great community, a lot of people that understand what we're trying to do here. And I think like what we do is like, we have two websites. We have Sports Chat Place, we have PickDawgz. Okay. Yep. Both of them do free picks on every game every day. We have two totally different sets of writing teams for each site. Okay. So there you have free picks on every game every day. Then we do videos of every game every day. Okay. Then we have Ron Romanelli goes through the entire baseball card, right? Every day with the video. Yep. Brian does his picks, right? He has his take to the bank play. Joe has her abso-freaking-lutely play on top of that. I do 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. We have free betting tools on 2 websites, 2 different sets, which other people charge big bucks for this stuff, and it costs me big bucks. Okay. And people yet still find reason to complain about this show in particular. It's pretty easy. You don't like the show, no one's forcing you to watch. And, it's
you're not holding anyone to their phone to watch it, right?
Yeah, no. And it's like, if it makes you want to unsubscribe from my channel, well, so be it. It was nice knowing you. It's okay, but we're not going to I'm not going to sit here and be somebody's, slave or anything like that. This is kind of my hour, with Joe to kind of just sit here and talk with you guys and communicate and be more, the dog of the day and also the quick pick over on TikTok as well. So, it's,
I forgot you did the quick pick as well.
Yeah. So
wow.
I think we do enough picks. Plus we have premium picks. We didn't even get into we have a YouTube premium, we have a YouTube VIP, and then we have individual premium picks for, 30-something cappers that you can get. So if you want just picks and all that stuff, we deliver that 10 times what anybody else does. 10 times. We don't stuff it with sportsbook, whatever. We have sportsbook ads. I wish you guys would sign up for more through us. Apparently you'd rather support our competitors. And that's okay. Eventually, people will sign up for the sports books or us and support what we're doing. We don't sit here and beg and force you guys and try and say, we're sponsored by these guys. Well, we're not really sponsored. We only get paid if you sign up, right? I mean, that's the way that it works. But, I just think that, I just think that the people that, if you come to this show and you're expecting just picks, just it's not going to happen. So it's just not the right place for you. But if you're here and you want to talk sports, you want to learn about sports betting, you want to talk about, want to hear our opinions on some of the things that are going on in the world of sports and other places, well, then this is the place for you. This is the morning show. This
welcome
is not
home.
Yeah, welcome home. And we have a lot of people that do enjoy that. And these are my people. I'm not going to apologize. That's for damn sure, because I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. What's that song?
Oh, I'm not even sorry.
Is it too late to say sorry?
No, I'm not even sorry. I'm not even sorry, not sorry. I'm not even any of those things. I'm not sorry at all. I'm not apologizing because I'm not sorry. I don't care. I think if you want free picks, I think we've delivered that. If you want premium picks, I think we've delivered that. If you want betting tools, we've delivered that. I mean, we're 3 months into our betting tools of a 2-year build. I mean, you guys don't even have any idea what's about to hit the betting world. And it's like, but we have people that still find a way to, it's like, don't tune in. I don't care. It's like, there's 2 types of people that leave those comments, people whose mommy did everything for them their entire life, which is pathetic, you know.
Okay, so I shouldn't have made my kids bed this morning. No, I'm
Well,
just joking. I didn't. I didn't.
It's, I mean, I would say, and I'm, I don't want to even get into parenting, but I would say Joe does more for her kids than my mother did. She probably does more for her kids in a week than my mother did in her life. So it's like, I mean, we were like, hey, you don't like dinner? Dinner's over, you know? So it wasn't like, oh, okay, we'll order, something else.
I know, I am a pushover in that way. I really want my kids to eat.
I understand. Joe's soft. We know that.
I am soft. I'm kind of a pushover. Right?
Kind of. But that's okay.
Kind of. But I do hide spinach in their spaghetti sauce. Like I do still do stuff like that, like when they were little kids. And I've got an 18 and an almost 16-year-old, and I'm still blending that spinach in.
Okay.
So. But I want to say it's my brother's birthday today. So happy birthday to my brother. So he's in Australia. So I failed at calling him yesterday, which was his birthday in the morning, but I caught him stumbling home from a mate's place at 11:30 his time. So it was still officially his birthday there and his birthday here. So that's a win.
All right.
But he went to F1 yesterday.
Nice.
So he absolutely loved it. He said it was just awesome. We grew up though at the racetrack with my dad.
Must have been time trials, right? Because they run those on the weekend, the races, right?
Yeah, so he had so much fun because that's like we grew up doing that. So he took his son and his daughter and his wife, and they had a blast. So it was good. Glad I caught up with him this morning, and he's going to be here in a couple months, so that is even more awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to Joe's brother. But we've got the end of the NBA season is here. I mean, we got 3 more days. So sometimes these are great chances to really slam the books because some teams, they're going to rest their guys. You have to remember that the way the NBA playoff schedule is this year, it's way messed up, right, because of this play-in stuff. Normally, the season ends on like a Thursday, and then by Saturday, we've got playoff basketball. But this year, the season ends on a Sunday. The play-in games start on Tuesday, and then it runs through Thursday, and then the playoffs start like next Saturday. So it's like these teams have like a week off in between, which I don't know. That time off seems to be the theme of the NBA. I mean, it does.
Do you think they're just trying to extend the viewing out?
No, it's the players. It's all the players union. It's all the players. These players in this NBA don't like to play basketball. I mean, that's the message. I don't know if that's true or not, and I'm going to guess it's not true, but this is the message that they're sending to the fans. And I mean, whether Adam Silver knows this, and that's why he talks about the rest and the load management and all these different things. But the message that the players are sending to the fans is, we don't want to play. We don't want to play this game. We just want to get paid. That is the message that they have sent, Oh,
absolutely.
And, and I'm not saying every player on every team or anything like that, but the general feel is like, it's a privilege when we actually do play. It's a privilege for you when we actually do, for however many millions of dollars, and we're going to see.
Onto their head a little.
And we're going to see them. We're going to see tonight, when the Mets play, we're going to see what, $40 million worth of baseball player looks like.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Should have raised baseball players.
$40 million.
$40 million. Wow.
I mean, how many pitches did Max Scherzer throw last year? I don't know. But we'll figure it out. He was injured.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That third inning Cardinals. And we have another third inning in the streaks again today. If the team holds the lead after third inning in the streaks, it was in there for the Cardinals. I mentioned it yesterday, and that one hit. Our home run prop that I gave out on the show hit as well, with Soto hitting that solo blast.
That was awesome. Congratulations on that one, Mitch.
Anyway, speaking of teams not playing, we got the Bucks against the Pistons, the Knicks against the Wizards. Oh man!
Does it pain you to say the Knicks now? Is it just like
it's always
don't even let the words come out of your mouth?
It's always pained me to say Knicks. Then I mean, this is not like what I mean. I lived in New York, so I know what it's like, to go to Knicks games. I fully understand it. It's like, in New York, with all their great teams, with the Yankees and the Mets, and having the Mets and the Yankees and the Giants and the Jets and
Yeah.
the Nets the Nets were always in Jersey, but now they're in Brooklyn. But it's like with all of that and the Rangers and the Islanders, with all that, New York is a basketball town. It is a basketball town, and they love the Knicks. It's one of those weird things where it's like, I guess I don't know what it's like now with the Nets in Brooklyn, but the Knicks were kind of like a centralized team. There was Ranger fans and Islander fans.
Yeah.
There were Yankees fans and Mets fans. There were Jets fans and Giants fans, but everyone liked the Knicks. Yeah. It's kind of like in Chicago, the Bears, right? Everyone likes the Bears,
for sure.
Right? It's kind of like. But anyways, any of these 3 games, Joe, do it for you?
Oh man, I don't want to take the Knicks, but who can take the Wizards either? I'm going to take the under in that game. I think we have a lower scoring one. We've seen that under trend really nicely, and with the pace the Wizards play at, just got to ride the under in that one. And then the Cavs and the Nets, and I think this one goes over. I think both these teams at with how many points Cleveland's giving up, I think we get over this total of 232.5. I know it's high, but we see Cleveland. They actually won the last game out against the Brooklyn Nets, 114-107, but they've been playing so terribly as of late. 3-7 in their last 10, 2-8 against that spread. I don't know how much the Nets are going to come out, but I know they'll get those points on the board against Cavaliers team that's allowing 114. So I'm going to take the over.
Well, massive trends here in this segment. The Nets, horrific home favorites against the Eastern Conference, and the Pistons, fabulous dogs versus the Eastern Conference. Both those trends on the streaks at PickDawgz. We've been riding those streaks on our 7 free picks in just 5 minutes, and people are always like, "Man, those 7 free picks, they hit all the time." It's like all those picks come from the website, from the betting tools, 100% of them. So, you should be checking those out.
Absolutely. If people aren't, I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, there's literally thousands of picks every day that are available there.
Yeah. And even if you guys just run the best parlay and take some picks off of there, like it's giving you the backup. Have a look at that, see what you like from those parlays as well, because it's all in one spot.
Yeah, I really like our new parlay tool that's coming out. It should be out like in the next couple of days or whatever, but I think it's better than this. And it's better than this one because it's more user controlled, which is good as opposed to just randomizing it out. It's but it still has a lot of the features that everybody likes from the other one. So
perfect.
Anyways, that's my 2 there. We've got the Raptors taking on the Rockets. Got the Heat taking on the Hawks, and the Bulls taking on the Hornets. This Heat-Hawks line has dropped significantly, and that's because the Heat have decided, well, we're going to take the day off. At least that's what people are thinking at this point.
Oh, Mitch, I'm not loving this segment, section here. We look at this team with the Houston Rockets and the Toronto Raptors. 11.5 points is really hard to swallow here. I think the Raptors probably get it done, but I don't want to take that. I think I've got a lot of totals on today's that I'm looking at. I think this one does go over. The Rockets really do push the pace, and I think they'll score enough to get this one over with the Raptors, even though the Raptors have a strong defense. Give me the over in that. And then the over between the Hawks and the Heat. I think the Hawks are just going to keep pushing. Trae Young is playing fantastically, and I could see the Hawks getting the straight-up win in this one. They come in rested. They come in ready, and I think the Heat will just sleep it off tonight.
I think the Heat smack the Hawks in this one, and I think they'd send them a message. I think this is a potential first-round playoff matchup, and I don't think the Heat want to give the Hawks any glimmer of hope, any confidence, any whatsoever. I think they want to send them home with their tail between their legs and say, uh-oh, these guys whipped us with not even everybody playing. We're in some deep, deep doo-doo here. So I think I'm going to take the Heat in that one. Just think too well coached for me to pass on. I kind of like the Rockets here against the Raptors just with the points. I just think it's too many points to pass up for me. And then the Hornets Bulls is a straight pass for me. It's like I don't like the way either of these teams are really coming down the pipe. So I'm gonna pass on the way on both of those.
Yeah.
But it takes us to the Blazers and the Mavericks, the Jazz and the Suns, and the Lakers and the Thunder Buddies.
I have to stay off the Portland Trailblazers Dallas Mavericks game. I cannot believe how high this spread is. I can't take Dallas at this line, but there's no way I'm putting any money on Portland here and hoping that they do something. 1-9 straight up, 2-8 against that spread. So complete stay off for me. Looking at the Phoenix Suns and Utah Jazz, I don't know. I think I'm going to skip that one as well. I'm going to take OKC plus the points versus the LA Lakers. I think they keep this one tight. I just can't trust in the Lakers. And I like the under in this one. I think this is a lower scoring one. We know OKC has struggled to put the points on the board. So the only way they keep this tight is if they come out stronger defensively and hold the Lakers down. So give me the under.
Yeah, I took the Blazers yesterday on the money line, and they were competitive for like the first 5 minutes of the game. It really looked like they had a shot there, but did not hold it down. Gonna have to stay away from them here. And then the Jazz and the Suns. I mean, this one really comes down to who's going to play and who's not going to play, and I believe the Suns are going to rest their guys at this point. I don't necessarily I agree with it or anything like that. I'm just saying that I could see the Suns resting their players, and the Jazz somewhat meaningful game in the standings as far as playoff seeding goes. I think most of these teams don't really care too much at this point about the playoff seeding. At least that's the impression that I'm getting.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that, Mitch.
But that's it for NBA for me.
Yeah, nothing else from me either. I don't know. What do you like, Mitch? Is there any other ways you bet NBA other than like the sides, the spread, the total, that kind of thing? Like, are you ever taking and player props? So you ever taking the first team to score or anything like that? Like some people do. No.
Never, never, ever.
No, because that's like a coin flip. But some people like doing that.
It's a horrible bet.
That's what I think too.
It's a horrible bet.
Right?
There's way too many variables in there, and when you look at our props, it will tell you how often that those bets actually hit. And we'll be adding. So in the next week or so, we'll be probably tripling the number of props that we cover with our betting tools. And you'll see how lousy of a bet those bets are. They are horrible. I mean, the guy misses the shot, somebody else comes by and tips it in. It's like that's all it takes. It's like it is basically rolling the dice. You know,
oh, absolutely.
It is no different than rolling a die, and you're not getting the payout that you would on the dice roll. You're better off putting $3 in the slot machine and going a full pull on a dollar slot. Really, you are, because at least
you get lights and bells and whistles.
Oh, there. If it hits, you could win $10 million or something.
Yeah. What do you think your favorite way to bet on the NBA is?
Just against the spread or money line. Money line dogs is, I think, the way to go. But, yeah. We go to Major League Baseball, and we've got a lot bigger schedule than we had yesterday. There was 2 games that were rained out yesterday that actually got moved to today that weren't going to be played today. So because of the way that they do opening day now, it's done differently. But we've got the Yankees Red Sox to kick things off. We got the Tigers against my Chicago White Sox. We got the Cubs against the Milwaukee Brewers. Joe, any of these three? We saw the Cubs beat the Brewers yesterday. That was a great game. I had the Brewers in that one. I hate the Cubs guts. Everyone knows I have my Cubs suck shirt. I wear it on a regular basis during baseball season. And, I have to give credit to the Cubs for battling in that game because they surrendered. They had the lead. The Brewers had the early lead. The Cubs got it back, and then the Brewers tied it up, and then the Cubs took the lead again, and the Brewers had several chances. So, it was pretty.
I think they bounced back today.
I don't know. They haven't been so good on the road.
No.
Well, it's up to you. What do you like in these three?
I think they do bounce back today. I really do think they come out strong in this one. Not loving the juice, but I'm not willing to take them on the run line with what we did see yesterday. But I can see them able to get this one. And then between the White Sox and Detroit, I'm going to have to take the over in this one. These two teams playing each other have trended well to that over. White Sox have struggled in Detroit, but I'm not willing to take the Detroit here. So just give me the over. What are you liking in these three, Mitch?
I love the Red Sox against the Yankees. Money line, reverse run line, playing them every which way. Nathan Eovaldi was outstanding in spring training. He was the leader in spring training in strikeouts, and here he is against the Yankees, against another overblown, overpaid, overhyped bum.
You don't like Cole.
What a bum this guy is.
I didn't know you didn't like Cole.
What a bum.
Okay.
Here's what $36 million bought you last year with Cole. Okay.
Yeah.
16-8 with a 3.23 ERA. So he started 30 games, but the games that he actually, when you look at the record in the games that he started, right, it all starts to deteriorate there, right? It's like, it's not just about their record, as to where it is. It's about, where it all falls apart for them. And his last time he was on the mound, October 5th, so it was last year, it was this same matchup. And it was the exact same matchup. It was Eovaldi versus Cole, and the Red Sox beat the crap out of him. And I expect to see the same here. Cole is just, down the stretch, he was so bad. The loss against Toronto, the loss against, pretty much, against the Red Sox. It's like you pay a guy $36 million.
Expect a little more, just a little.
You got to win every game in October. You got to be Justin Verlander. You have to be Justin Verlander. If you're making $36 million a year, well, or Scherzer, right? You need to be Verlander. Verlander's better than Scherzer, right? You need to be Justin Verlander. If you're going to make that, it's just because Justin Verlander is worth that money doesn't mean that this guy is. This guy he's had one great season his entire career. He's had some good seasons. Yep. He's had one great season, and he is way prone to the blow-up inning, where he has that one inning where he just gets rocked. And he's way prone to it. He has been his entire career, where it's like, because in betting baseball, and here's some whatever you want to call them from Mitch, some crumbs of knowledge. Take them. They can go in one ear and out the other. So, oh God, what was I going to say here? So, oh man, now I don't remember what I was going to say.
That's a perfect one.
It's like
crumbs of knowledge from Mitch. Sorry.
Can't remember what it was. Oh, here it is. So if you're the number one pitcher in the rotation, right? This is what I was going to say. If you're the number one pitcher in the rotation, then your margin of error is much less than the number 5 in the rotation. So the number 4 or 5 in the rotation can have a 4.3 ERA and still go 20 and 6, But if you're the number one, you need to have an ERA you need to have a super low ERA because you're always up against the other team's number one. So the margin of error is zero. at that point. Why is Clayton Kershaw, one of the greatest regular season pitchers of all time? Because he walks the walk in those situations. He plays in more 1-0 ball games than anybody. If you're a number one, the games are going to be 1-0, 2-1, 3-1. Most of the time, they're going to be in that range. If you're a 4-5 guy, then you're in those 9-8 games. 9-7, 8-6, right? So it's like the margin of error for a guy like Cole, very, very, very slim. And he doesn't walk the walk because he has that blow-up inning. So that 2-3 run inning that he allows, it costs him. And then the worst thing that can happen is your number one starter goes down. Then everybody else has to move up the rotation. Now it's their number one versus your number two. Their number two against your number three. So if you have a really great rotation, like the Astros had that year with Verlander, Cole, that rotation, that type of rotation, Greinke. If you have that type of rotation, well, you feel it a little bit less. But if you don't have the depth like that, and your number two is up against their number one, and you might not feel it so much there. You might have 1 and 1A, right? Like the Mets, right? They have Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer, right? So it's like their 2 is a 1. It's like these are the two of the best pitchers, over the last 10. Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher of this generation. And, Max Scherzer is probably, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, multiple Cy Young Award winner. And so it's like you have 1 and 1A, but so you're okay there. But most teams don't have that. It's like the Yankees, they lose Cole. Where does it go now? So it's like, and everybody else. So now, and then that number 5 guy, right, is now pitching in the number 4 spot. And usually that 5 guy was in some sort of battle to get to that 5, and he kind of edged somebody else out. Now the guy that he edged out, right, who didn't even make your starting rotation, is now in your starting rotation in that 5 spot. So the whole thing is like a house of cards, Jenga, right? You pull the plug out and the whole thing. So it's like you really have to watch out. And we've seen this a lot. We saw it last year with the Cardinals in the first half of the season when Flaherty went down and everybody else had to move up. But Adam Wainwright took it under his belt and said, you know what? I still got something left in the tank, and I'm going to go back to the old Adam Wainwright. And that's what we saw from him. That's why it was just one of the most amazing performances you'll ever see. It's like, here's a guy, this team was, really, really needed him.
Yeah.
And, he pulled it from nowhere. He had been terrible for a few years. Terrible. But
got back to it.
Yeah, I already, who you got winning? Red Sox. I said Red Sox. I mean, I already said it. We could say this all day. Mitch,
are you taking the Red Sox today?
I hate Cole. I'm taking the Red Sox. I'm taking them on the reverse run line. I love them all the way here. The more bets on Cole, the more bets on the Yankees, the more I like the Red Sox.
Take it to the window, you guys. I think that one's going to be a lower scoring game.
I think it could start out that way, but I could see Devers hitting a home run in that one. I'll give a home run prop. Devers. He's best hitter this spring training.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'll take Devers. All right. The White Sox, I don't trust Giolito in this spot, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think it's probably going to be freezing in Detroit. These April games in Detroit are always brutal. 44 degrees and raining. Good times at Comerica.
44 degrees? Oh, that's chilly, isn't it? I can't.
Oh.
I'm trying to convert in my head. I can't. 44 Fahrenheit to Celsius.
This is like when we lived in Chicago and people would come visit us and I want to go to Wrigley Field, and I'd have to go to a Cubs game, right? And sit there and it's like freezing, it's raining, and I look at my wife, her pretzel's gone. It's like, we'll meet you guys later. We'll see you later back at the house.
Oh, I looked it up in Celsius. That's only 6.6 degrees Celsius. Wow, that is not nice. We're going to be warmer here. I'm actually getting up to 20 today, Celsius. So
no one
it'd be
knows
nice
what.
too.
Nobody knows what that means.
Well, let's convert. I don't know why you guys still use Fahrenheit. It's 68.
Raise your hand if
Warm
you
for us.
raise your hand if you know what Celsius means. It's like
Damn Canadians. No one's putting their hand up. 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems not too
it's
warm
like when we
compared
had
to what
Rod
you
on the
get,
show.
but-
He would always state the game times in Mountain Time. Like nobody's in Mountain Time. It's like,
Oh, I think in Eastern now.
yeah, you
I'm
have to.
Totally in Eastern.
You have to
Yeah.
for this for this for what you do. You always think Rod is always like in Mountain Time. Like what are you talking about? You know? Oh, that's right.
You know the time zone that really confuses me is Central. What is Central time compared to Eastern time?
1 hour.
1 hour back or behind?
So like Eastern is the earliest. So like
Okay.
Eastern
Central's
is the
an hour
earliest.
later.
So like 7 Eastern is 6 Central. 5
Gotcha.
Mountain, 4 Pacific.
Yeah.
1 Hawaiian.
So confusing.
1 Hawaiian.
One
Hawaiian. It's like it jumps. There's a 3-hour jump, you know. It's like
Yeah.
it's someone
Awesome.
it's like eBay, their mailing system can't understand that I'm in the United States because I don't live in North America. So
Yeah.
it's like they can't figure that out. It's like that I'm still in the United States even though I don't live in North America.
That's funny.
Yep.
Or eBay.
I live in the Pacific Rim.
Yep.
Whatever the hell that means.
Beautiful spot of the world. That's all it means.
The Pacific Rim Basin is what they call it. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know what the hell that means.
The plates like join, right?
I have no idea. I have no
Uh-oh.
idea, but I'm fading the Yankees.
Fading the Yankees. Fading Cole and the Yankees.
Yep. I think the Red Sox sent him a real
At
message
home.
here. Oh, yeah. When I lived in New York, I went to some brutal opening day losses.
Okay. So you've seen it. You've been there, seen
Oh,
it.
God, yeah. We got the Phillies. Aaron Nola. This guy, we know he has all the tools, has all the stuff, but rarely has he delivered in recent years. We won a lot of money on him like 5 years ago. And I think a lot of people still clinch onto that. Up against the A's, they have nothing left, but they always seem to do fine.
Yeah, so we saw these two teams play in preseason, Mitch, both getting 7 runs on each other.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
It means nothing at all, but I
Means
still
zero.
think we go over this total of 7.5.
It means zero.
I think what we saw out of both their offenses last year, they can get these runs. I think this is a 4-3 kind of game. And take the
I
over.
was going to say Rays and
4-4.
Orioles and Rockies and Dodgers as well in that time slot.
Yeah, and I like the Rays too, but you're laying way too much juice. I don't know if I can trust them on the run line there. And then give me the under between the Dodgers and Colorado. I know Coors Field equals lots of runs, but that seems high at 11.5.
Yep,
I
Walker.
think that's high.
It's way high. Walker
Yeah.
Buehler and Freeland. Freeland's from Colorado. He's born there. He's never really pitched anywhere else. So he's used to the altitude. Not a big deal for him. Of course, Walker Buehler is Walker Buehler. I mean, mowing guys down last season. Then I think the Rays just slaughtered the Orioles. I mean, the Orioles terrible until further notice. You know, I mean, the Orioles are on a 15-year losing streak. So it's
So would you take the Rays run line or just money line within a parlay? Minus 187 I'm getting on mine. Should come out super strong.
Yeah, so bringing the gang back. We do on the weekends, and I think that's enough for me. You know, I think everybody else has their opportunity. I offered everybody opportunities to do their own thing, right? And you can see it. Everyone's kind of has their own gig, and whether they want to do a live show or a video on their own, that's all fine. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here because it's like I look like the bad guy, right? So I'm not going to sit here and do that, you know, when it's, you know, I don't know. Maybe I am. Whatever. It's not going to happen. I'll just tell you that much. Easy. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But we do it on the weekend, so tune in tomorrow. I don't know.
I can't believe tomorrow's already Saturday, Mitch. Someone said happy Friday to me on social media, and I was like, what? It's Friday? I know it's April 8th, but really? Wow. The week has gone crazy fast. I thought it was Thursday still.
The thing about the shows is that the show originally started, it was just me. Okay. And it was just me at Sports Chat, and then it was just me at PickDawgz. Then I added Chris and Rod, and I had Steve Monahan. Then I had Chris and Rod because we didn't know hockey. We brought those guys on for hockey, and they never left. They just stuck around. It was like, I'm like, well, we're going to talk about something else. And they're like, oh, we'll stay. You know, it's like, well, we didn't really invite you, you know. And then the next day, they just kind of just kept showing up.
Just like me at a party. Yeah. I just never leave.
Yeah, just show up. Not really invited just for a very small segment, but kind of just just moved in. They're kind of just there. And then, you know, we kind of have shifted things around. So we've never really kept the same morning crew consistently over the last 4 years. So I think 4 people, the show is already, you know, people are already complaining that the show is too long. With 4 people, it was even longer. Yeah. So I offered, you know, for everyone to do their own videos. So Brian does his, you know, because he wanted to do it. So he continues to do his. Ron Romanelli is doing his. But we'll have other shows too. Yeah. You know, we'll have other shows too. And I'm going to do a prop show, and I'm going to do the betting tool show. It's going to have to start next week because I have to go to the vet today. Yep. Yeah, so it's like an hour and a half appointment. It's like on the other side of the island. So it's going to be tough for me. Maybe I could squeeze it in before we go. I have to go at leave at 8:30. So maybe I can squeeze it in early. And I'm going to start doing a prop show as well. So we have 2 other new shows coming out. So plenty of opportunities for people to do videos and to do stuff. It's like I don't stop anyone. Yeah, Rod's on Twitter with his picks. I offered Rod to do video picks. I offered the same thing that Brian had. He didn't want to do it. I mean, that's the truth. Anyways. But I think him and Brian might do a show. They talked about it. I don't know what they're talking about. I have no idea. They only talk. They don't tell me because they only talk because they're talking about me most of the time.
Feel your ears burning, hey?
I could stay away from that Rockies-Dodgers game and be fully okay with my life. If anything, I would take the Rockies.
Rockies?
Yeah.
At home?
Wow. Yep. Home opening day plus 180. Dodgers. Yep.
I'm not the biggest Dodgers fan. Sorry to all the Dodgers fans out there. But never really turned my crank for them.
We got the Twins and the Mariners, the makeup game from yesterday. Joe Ryan, one of my guys on this one, got up against Robbie Ray. Got Logan Webb and the Giants, the surprise team from last year, who wasn't no surprise to me because I picked them every single day. And Sandy Alcantara going for the Marlins, who have that great young pitching staff. And, you know, Alcantara's their best. So, you got to watch out for that. Probably a super low scoring game in there. 7.5. I think that's the lowest total that we've seen so far this season. Washington against the Mets, the rematch. It was all Mets yesterday. I thought Corbin pitched pretty well, but you know, he got hit. And Max Scherzer will be earning $20,000 a pitch today. We figured it out yesterday. We did the math.
20,000. Wow.
A pitch. If he throws 100 pitches, more than likely he'll be on like a 65 pitch count for something like this. He's pitching against Josiah Gray, who was the guy he was traded for to the Dodgers.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we know this. We know Gray has a high ceiling because the Nationals are tremendous talent scouts. So you have to, you know, you can tell the teams, and this is, you know, this is another part of baseball, is that there are certain teams that are tremendous talent scouts, and the Nationals are one of those teams. So if you look at the guys on other teams that came through the Nationals, kind of like the old Montreal Expos, right? You look at the guys that came through the Nationals, and it's like, wow, you know, they've had a lot of good players. Anthony Rendon, Bryce Harper, right? I mean, Steven Strasburg, goes, they have a lot of them. So, the catchers out there that they've had. And, you look at Soto. I mean, and it's like the Nationals seriously know what they're doing when it comes to talent evaluation. They really know what they're doing. So when you trade Max Scherzer and Trey Turner and you get Josiah Gray back, this guy must have a super high ceiling, like superstar potential. So certainly a guy on our list.
When were the Montreal Expos around, Mitch?
Well, they had Randy Johnson, they had Vladimir Guerrero, they had Pedro Martinez, they had Andre Dawson. So they were around probably in the late 80s, maybe.
Okay. And they just fell off?
I think they became the Nationals.
Okay. Became the Nationals. Okay.
The Montreal Expos, some of the best players. 2004.
Oh, wow. Okay. They were the first MLB team outside of the States. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. They had some of the best players on the Montreal Expos of any team out there.
And they became the Nationals.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they became the Nationals. So it goes, but, Bartolo Colon, they had they had some of the best players. So they had Gary Carter, Andre Dawson, Tim Raines, Dick Williams, Tony Perez, Vladimir Guerrero, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, Frank Robinson, Lee Smith, and Larry Walker. So they had basically a Hall of Fame team. All those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Pretty amazing.
All of them. That's crazy. Wow.
Not including the Canadian Hall of Fame.
I can't believe they moved out of Canada. Well, I can, but
they had the issues with the Expos. First, they played in Parc Jury, which was it was a problem because it was an outside ballpark in Montreal, so it's chilly. Then, super cold. Then,
Montreal is not warm
ever. Not known for not known for the sunny spring days of April. Imagine what an April outside game in Montreal looks like. Anyways, then after the Olympics in '76, they had the Olympic Stadium in Montreal, which was supposed to be the first stadium with a retractable roof. But they went so far over budget. It was actually not a retractable roof like we see today. It was that the roof was on this thing that went up, and the roof was going to pull off this way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the park, they ran out of money, so it was still open. The stadium was still open. And then by the time they closed the roof in Montreal, it was too late.
Oh, okay.
I could say a few things about this whole situation, but I'm not going to say it. But I am going to say that.
I'm not going to say it, but I am going to say it.
No, but I will say that we're fine without a team in Montreal.
Oh, absolutely. Right?
Yeah.
I never realized we had a team in Montreal, and I don't know why. So.
Joe, I'm going big against your Blue Jays today. I gotta go reverse run line here with the Rangers and the over.
With the Rangers?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
The Jays are way too strong at home. There is no way.
Where's
my jersey?
I
have my jersey on right now.
They have no chance.
No?
No.
Come on, they do.
No.
They completely do.
They're gonna get smoked.
No way.
I'm taking the Rangers here.
No way.
I divorced Barrios 3 years ago.
Well, you should get remarried to him.
I don't think so.
He's going to do well.
No, Barrios and I had a divorce about 3 years ago. Here's one of those guys, right? The world of potential guys, right? Yep. He's one of those guys that's he's going to be great. He's going to be this. He's going to be all of that, whatever. But he never was that. Right? Never was. But still, they act like he is. Because once in a while, he'll throw
he is.
No, he's not. Once in a while, he'll throw 2 or 3 really good innings.
That's true.
Once in a blue moon. But this guy always wears down as the season goes on. He's gone over 200 innings once in his entire career. Yuck.
Who
Yup.
did they play opening day last year? Because opening day last year, they came out as an underdog, I'm pretty sure, and just blew them out of the water. It was a
I,
great game last opening day.
I'm sorry, I don't follow Blue Jays opening day matchups. You know, I have a lot of
Well,
information here,
I'm
but that's not
excited.
one of them. I'll take Canadian baseball teams for 200. It's like
I'm riding with my Blue Jays.
it's like if I was ever
Got
on
it.
Jeopardy and it's like they had a couple sports categories, it'd be like
Yeah.
my mop up. Except take Canadian baseball for it's like what happened? I just absolutely tuned out. It's like it's like a
Oh,
bad idea. It's like moving the Buffalo. They talk about moving the Buffalo Bills to Toronto. It's like no way.
oh
You cannot.
no,
No.
no.
No. Just
It's,
it's
the
bad.
Bills do not belong in Toronto.
It's
That's bad.
the Blue Jays is bad enough.
Yeah.
It's bad enough.
No, it's not. It's perfect. We need a Canadian team. What do you think? The Raptors are terrible too, being in Canada?
Who?
Yeah, okay.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got I don't know.
The
All our
beauty
Canadians are down playing hockey with you guys, so
the beauty of those teams like that is it's the fake money, right? It's like you go there, it's like this weird money. It's it's like it's not even real.
pretty.
It's not even real money.
It's
I have a
pretty.
loony and a
I get
toonie.
pink 50s.
It's like I have a loony and a toonie. It's like you sound stupid.
It does sound stupid. I don't know why we do that to ourselves. It's like we automatically become a butt of a joke with that.
It's like people say that too. Two loonies and a toonie. It's like you sound stupid. It's like it's thinking it to yourself. It's like this person's an idiot. This person's
Not all with it. I
yes.
know. Looney and Tooney.
Yes. Anyways, any of these other games you like?
Oh man, I like the Giants here. I think they have a great day with Logan Webb today, and I think you're right. I think that is a super low scoring one, 7.5. I think it probably only hits 5. And the Blue Jays twice on Sunday. I like the over on that one as well. I think we got a higher scoring one. But that's it, Mitch. What about you? Any others? Not Monopoly money. Canadians don't play with Monopoly money. Canadian Tire money, now that's another thing. Bet you look in most Canadians' houses and they keep that Canadian Tire money. I don't understand it. You get like 10-cent little pieces of paper and 50-cent little pieces of paper with every purchase, and you're supposed to keep these and then use them the next time. No way.
In 2001, the Expos had 642,000 people go to their games total. It's the lowest total ever.
Wow, that's like no one.
That's like no one. 82 game schedule. It's like 10,000 a game. It's less than 10,000 a game.
That's insane.
Yep.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Yep.
No one pissed me off. It takes a lot more to piss me off than saying Canadian Monopoly money.
Yeah, a lot of different owners.
Well, and then betting against my Blue Jays on opening day does. Just joking, Mitch.
The Expos. I remember when they voted the Blue Jays in as an expansion team.
What were your thoughts on that?
Why? It's exactly the same I think now.
Why?
What other team came into the baseball with the Blue Jays? Who was the other expansion team?
I don't know.
Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
Which made perfect sense.
Yeah, Seattle needs baseball teams.
Yeah. Unlike Toronto.
They don't need a hockey team, though.
Just
Crack and need to move.
So do the Blue Jays.
No, they don't. What am I going to do without my Blue Jays in Canada?
Well, I guess count your loonies and toonies that you save on Blue Jay gear.
Oh man, all of Canada needs to root for one baseball team.
Anyways, I'm on the Rangers here. Pure fate of Barrios, who's in my doghouse. He's dead to me. Absolutely dead to me. I won a lot of money on Barrios' first start he ever had in Minnesota.
Okay.
I was in Vegas and I knew about him. He was a former first round draft choice and all this stuff. And yeah. until it became just a pile of disappointment.
Won't be today.
Speaking of guys not disappointing, we got the Braves against the Reds. The Reds just destroyed the Braves last night. They beat the crap out of them. I don't know. Did we hit our home run prop there? I'll have to check. The Angels versus the Astros and the Diamondbacks versus the Padres. That Braves-Reds game was not on the MLB package. I think it was on ESPN or something, or ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay.
Only Drury hit a home run, so Votto did not get a home run. He had an RBI. 1 for 4 with the RBI. Joey Bats.
I'm surprised that Houston Astros LA Angels line is going up. I would have thought it would have gone down, if anything. I was looking at an under game in that. It's up to 9.5 now. I still think it stays under that one.
Well, Jake Odorizzi is known to get hit pretty hard. And
yeah.
Reed Detmers was a former first-round pick who did not look like a first-round pick last season. Not even close. Got absolutely crushed. But, it was his first time around the block.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of other time to get crushed.
Oh, absolutely.
Any of these
I don't know.
Joe?
I think I'm going to have to still lean on the under in that one. I still think it just comes under that total. And I like the Astros as well. I think they come through, get another win here. So in a row with them, plus 100. I like it. And then I got to ride with Atlanta. I think Atlanta gets it done. Did you say you're on the Reds already?
Oh, yeah. Reverse run line. Yeah. Reverse San Martin is one of my guys. I wrote it down from last year. This guy is awesome. Love him on the Reds. This is like the guy, This is our guy. He's one of our guys. One of my guys. Every year I have a couple guys like this. This is one of my guys. And eventually everyone else will be on our guy, and that's fine. But we're getting a plus 165 here.
I know, that is amazing plus money there.
I love him.
See, married to him.
Yep.
Divorced, yeah. Okay.
It's coming up on his birthday, April 15th. Last year, he pitched 2 games last year. He started 2 games, 2-0 with a 1.54 ERA. Pure smoke. Gave up 12 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Those are the numbers I love, love, love. 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. I'll take that all day. All day.
Yeah, that
Charlie
is
Morton is 0 home runs allowed. He plays in the second best hitter's ballpark in America. In all of baseball. Yep. Second best hitter's ballpark. 0 home runs allowed. 1 wild pitch. Happens.
Going to be great games today, Mitch.
Yeah. Reverse San Martin. Plus 165. We can reverse run line that one out, too. The Reds, the Reds have owned the Braves. We saw this last year, too.
Yeah.
Beat up on them. Yeah. I was just mad that I missed it yesterday because I kind of smelled it. We knew Max Fried is a slow starter. Charlie Morton is another really slow starter.
Oh, man. Come on, Charlie.
Nope. Not gonna work out for you. What you should do is you could parlay the Braves with the Blue Jays. You got a minus 185 and minus 185, minus 161. But if you hang on the Blue Jays, you might get minus 150 or 145 because everyone's jumping off this ship. It's like
I'm gonna stick with my Blue Jays. Now I'm very cautious with Atlanta. You loving the Reds so much, that's for sure. Which game are you most excited to see today, Mitch?
The Mariners and the Twins, the game that was canceled yesterday.
Okay.
I just think these are 2 teams that we're going to find a lot of value on this season. I think the Twins had an aberration, where it's like they just had a bad year in there. And in the American League Central is a division that hasn't been won by the same team 2 years in a row in like about 6 or 7 years. So I think the Twins are where the value's at. And I think the Seattle Mariners, tons of value there too. I think we'll find a lot of value. These are kind of smaller middle market teams, and that's where the money's at. So we're going to see a lot Ryan's my guy. You know, he's one of my guys too. So this guy was so money last year. I mean, so money. He was on a horrible team. This is like something that even Brian and I can hold hands and get together on. You know, this guy, so he had a 4.05 ERA, but 30 strikeouts and 5 walks, which I love. He gave up 4 home runs. That's because he's trying. 1 wild pitch. It happens. And the thing is that when you look at his starts, right, his 5 starts, and you look at that 4.05 ERA, the ERA got blown up in that last start of the season. He had a much better ERA than that. But then he had a game where it was where he got hit, and the one game, so his last outing of the season, right, and this is what we were kind of almost hoping for, is that his last outing of the season, he gave up 6 runs, 6 hits, all earned, 2 home runs, 2 bombs, in 4.2 innings. So because he has only pitched 9, 12, because he pitched even less than 18 full innings, that reflects as 3 full runs into his ERA. So his ERA is really, really inflated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really inflated then. Wow.
Super duper inflated.
Oh,
It's
okay.
His ERA is really around a 3 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go give him a hug for the game.
Send him a big hug, eh?
They got him from the Rays. I forget which trade he was in. He was in a good one. The Twins are another team that's super, super duper good at evaluating talent. Middle market.
Great scouting staff then, hey?
Yeah, well, the Rays are, the best at scouting.
Yeah. Sure, it'd be an interesting job to be a scout. Be stressful.
So, he was in the Nelson Cruz trade.
Oh, okay.
When the Rays added Nelson Cruz.
Yeah.
So that was the year the Rays went to the World Series. So the Rays added Cruz because they had no DH, and it was a great trade for both teams. But of course, Cruz has now moved on.
Yeah.
And Ryan, he was the former Olympian. 2.0 ERA with 17 strikeouts. AAA. Yeah. He was promoted. He played on the Charlotte Stone Crabs. Who even knew? And the Montgomery Biscuits.
Charlotte Stone Crabs.
And the Montgomery Biscuits.
Okay. There we go. Those Montgomery Biscuits.
Solid experience.
What a name. Oh, man. So were you shocked the Pirates just got completely blown out yesterday?
He also played for the Durham Bulls.
The Durham Bulls. Okay.
From Bull Durham, the movie. All right. What's the question here, Joe?
Oh, were you shocked at all by the poor Pirates yesterday?
Well, I had the Cardinals run line, so I wasn't surprised at all. And I personally bet the Cardinals -3.5 in that game as well. So I wasn't surprised at all. And of course, that statistic from the streaks on the betting tools leads after the 3rd inning by the St. Louis Cardinals is alive and well. And there's another one of those today on the betting tool. So anyways, let's wrap it up. You got a parlay for us, Joe?
Sure. Let's go with, let me give one hockey one in here. The Carolina Hurricanes in regulation. Going to take the under between the New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards. And then I'm going to take the under between the Phoenix Suns and the Jazz. How about yourself, Mitch?
I'm going to take the I'm taking the Texas Rangers, the Boston Red Sox, and the Oklahoma City Thunder money line. That's going to be my parlay.
Nice.
Big payer. Throwing the Reds on the money line too. There. A little reverse San Martin. Get a little taste of this.
Love it. Love it. You guys all the best in all of your bets today.
Have a great day, everyone. We appreciate all of you. Make it a winning day. And if this show, has too much talking for you and not enough picks, we've got tons of picks. SportsChatPlace.com, free picks every game, every day. Sports Chat Place was the first site on the entire internet to ever do free picks on every game, every single day. PickDawgz.com, free picks on every game, every day. 2 different sets of writers, two different teams there on that. So you're not going to get the same stuff on both sites. And then you have a complete set of betting tools, which I can teach you guys how to use, and I will over the course of the next year and beyond. And then we also have our premium picks. We have our YouTube premium. We have our YouTube VIP. And we also have all of our YouTube videos. I do YouTube videos. Brian does YouTube videos. Joe does a YouTube video. Ron Romanelli does YouTube videos. Jovan does YouTube videos. We have other guys that will be doing videos. I don't know if Rod's going to do video or not. He hasn't told me, but it's out there. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Have a great day.